When the hot summer rolled in, spirits were high as a new season was upon us. With the abundance of variety we got in the spring season and ReZero grabbing the entire community, we were all hoping that the hype train would continue. And just as that thought passed our minds, we were stopped dead in our tracks in a series that started a long time ago, in a manga far, far delayed. The epic saga continued. It was an optimistic time to be a Berserk fan. 8 years had passed and we finally got off a fucking boat. And a new adaptation was announced, signaling the first time we could finally stop sucking off the Golden Age arc. Yet, in this time of optimism, a shroud of dread loomed among the fandom. Oh god, what did you do to it? Yes, 2016 was the year the Berserk franchise genuinely imploded by releasing one of the most awful adaptations ever to grace such a beloved franchise. The majority of people were already pretty cautious as soon as the term CG was being thrown around in early trailers, but nothing could have prepared us for the disaster that would befall everyone. And here's the thing. It wasn't just the CG that ruined it. Arjun already proved earlier in the year that dodgy CG can be saved by good writing, which Berserk should have. But the adaptation failed on almost every front to the point where it just felt like a high-budget fan project made by people who had little to no knowledge of filmmaking. From terrible action direction, awful shot composition, confusing cuts, amateur lighting, ugly color palettes, janky frame rates, and hilarious sound design that transformed Guts' steel behemoth of a sword into a fucking frying pan. For Berserk fans, it was like watching a car crash in slow motion, and the only real good things to come out of it were the opening and the hilarious fan reaction. ReZero may have been this year's show containing suffering, but Berserk is a pure embodiment of it for characters and fandom alike. From Guts' journey to waiting for new chapters to just hoping for a single decent complete anime adaptation. So if you're thinking about getting into Berserk, just read the manga because here's the Berserk 2016 experience. Outside of the fiery heat of the Berserk fandom, the hottest new show of the summer was of course Mob Psycho 100, the spiritual successor to and from the same author as One Punch Man, which you can totally tell because half the character designs look like they just took Saitama and gave him a different wig. So of course we were all prepared for this to essentially be one psychic boy, but beyond the first few episodes it definitely differentiates itself from just being that. The journey our timid protagonist makes to constantly better himself drove the themes of self-improvement throughout the show, complete with a likable supporting cast, like the Saul Goodman of anime, Reagan, a charismatic con artist unmatched in his talent at selling bullshit. Though if there is one standout thing about this show, it's one of the best showcases of absolutely breathtaking and unique animation, with some of the most magnificent looking scenes of the year making it a must watch for any animation fan. Sweetness and Lightning gave Japan's latest attempt at combating the country's declining birth rate by parading around the advantages of having an adorable daughter in "Please God, otakus, just fuck already!" But the daughter would have to be pretty fucking sweet to convince otakus to do that, so how sweet could they make her? And I have diabetes now. 91 Days proved to the world that Japan are indeed capable of making a dark and gritty gangster drama without forcing in supernatural bullshit, making the second half borderline unwatchable. With a highly westernized historical story of revenge featuring a very muted and sepia down-to-earth art style, this may actually be the least anime to have aired in 2016, and did this by very obviously but tastefully sucking off classic Hollywood gangster films. Fans of the ever-popular shoujo manga Orange were treated to an anime adaptation, in a story of a girl who receives a letter from herself 10 years forward in time in order to free herself from her regrets of her youth. Of course, the concept was always going to be a never-ending feels train, as when has messing around with your past in fiction ever gone well? But it does beg the question of, if you could send a message to yourself in the past that could literally change your life, what would it be? Tells us that Stereo the X did what Ufotable does best by presenting more stunning scenes of digital animation, while overall not being that impressive of a show when they aren't busy sucking off Type Moon behind the scenes. For those who needed some serenity in their lives, Amanchu was the perfect show for those who just needed something calming.
You must cleanse the world of this ignorant filth.
Giving us one of the most atmospheric, peaceful,
burn it all down,
and tranquil slice of life anime to come out in the summer.
Kill them all! Kill them all!
Thunderbolt Fantasy gave us a curveball to look at by making a show using Taiwanese puppets. puppets. Wait, hold on a second. Alan, does this count as anime?
Who gives a fuck, man? Look at this shit.
A show which everyone expected to suck because of that, but with a story from Gen Nobuchi and music from Hiroyuki Sawano, the puppets themselves are actually executed pretty damn well. And as an added bonus, can also be added to the growing list of things that are still better looking than Berserk 2016. The glorious weebs in China managed to ask an unimpressed Sir Ian McKellen to recite the incantation to Unlimited Blade Works, causing thousands of anime fans to discover a new level of hardness their bonus could reach.
Unlimited Blade Works.
And of course, Love Live Sunshine gave us a spin-off Sunrise desperately needed in order to fund the 50 Gundams they release every year, with a story that plays out like watching a bunch of Love Live fans drool over the original characters. And, I mean, it's more Love Live, what more can I say about it? It's fine if you love Love Live. But did anyone catch the secret message in the opening of the show? You have to look really hard, but it is there. Here, let me show you. As the leaves grew red and fall came about, it looked like we were about to hit a very full season. With so many shows and so much variety, how were we ever going to choose what to watch? Little did we know though that something was about to come along that was born to make history. Ever since Free swept through the anime community in 2013, a new group of fans emerged louder than ever when the industry realized that maybe, just maybe, a good portion of people who watch anime also have vaginas. This ushered in a new wave of shows with all the ripped abs, pretty boy man service, and yaoi tension you could ask for. And this year, Yuri on Ice skated into our homoerotic hearts while also winning the title of most misleading title of 2016. As I'm sure when the name was announced, most people's initial thoughts was that it was going to be something like this. For the men with the most exquisite of tastes. But one look at it and you would immediately be able to tell that the show was actually about a bunch of gay dudes dancing on solid water. Dancing exquisitely, I might add, because at the best of times, the ice skating scenes were so gorgeously animated it could be spine-chilling, beautifully depicting the artistic expression of the human physique. But of course, with all this flamboyant male expression, the show was going to be a bit gay. How gay? Well, 10 Shinji Ikari gay piano scenes weren't as gay as Yuri on Ice. No, all of the homoerotic fan fiction and fan art of the 3 dudes making out on Tumblr weren't as gay as Yuri on Ice. No, 5 gay men having gay orgy sex to the beat of YMCA weren't as gay as Yuri on Ice. But nothing could have prepared us for what was to come, which I can't discuss without massively spoiling the middle of it, so if you want to skip that, click this button or skip right ahead. Alright, are you ready? Are you ready for the most unpredictable plot twist of all time? The show was actually gay! Yes, the biggest twist came when it was revealed that this wasn't just man service yaoi bait the girls were squealing at, but at how the series came to depict a very tender relationship between 2 men. Exploring queerness without resorting to conventional tropes, not surprisingly leading to its massive popularity in the LGBT community, along with actual professional ice skaters. This was signified by a kiss absolutely nobody thought would actually happen, marking a massive turning point while also ushering the sound of about 10 million dying whales that could probably be heard from Mars. The show went full homo and no one saw it coming. But regardless of how good the show actually was in the end, or how the ice skating animation did suffer in later episodes, it will go down as a landmark for progressive representation in anime. So, well done Yuri on Ice, you really were born to make history. In conclusion, Yuri on Ice? More like yaoi on ice? Elsewhere in fall, fans of actual Yuri weren't as lucky as we got a trifecta of shows that merely dangled the Yuri in front of us, giving us the chance to play everyone's favorite game, Watch a Bunch of Cute Girls Not Kiss! Brought to you by Yuri Watch. Yes, I'm Gigok and welcome to the annual Watch a Bunch of Cute Girls Not Kiss. I'm joined today with my co-host John, aka Baron J.
Thank you very much for having me here, and can I just say this was certainly a fantastic year to watch a bunch of cute girls not kiss.
Right you are, John.
Let's see who the contestants were this year.
Well, first up we have Flip Flappers, who gave us an original spin on Magical Girls, with some of the most beautifully animated mayhem of the year coming from a less known studio in Magical Girl FLCL, with Cute Girls Not Kissing.
These new kids on the block certainly had potential, giving us 2 adorable girls not kissing. This is the stuff, people.
Next up, we have Hibike Euphonium, continuing for a second season, doing what Kyoto Animation does best.
And Kyoto Animation here just flaunting their expertise in cute girls not kissing. I mean, just look at this perfectly baited hand-holding. You can actually feel the squeals of thousands of fan fanboys in this exact moment.
And finally, Zeta the Last Witch had two older girls not kissing riding inappropriate weapons, with a fancy spin on World War II in Cute Girls Not Kissing versus Nazi Germany.
Yes, this was a pretty standard affair and really didn't do anything special. Wait a minute.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
We are witnessing history here, folks. Let's get an instant replay of that.
And right here you can see a moment never seen before on Watch a Bunch of Cute Girls Not Kiss.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it, folks.
We were graced by this year's new savior of anime, Keijo, a full-on video thesis on why the female backside is the greatest gift God has given us. The series showcased the best and worst parts of the ridiculousness only anime could offer by making a straight-up sport of super-powered ass wrestling. With its absolute over-the-top absurdities, it broke new ground, pushing boundaries in the elegant art of taking the piss. Literally. The Semicolon series continued with a new show in Occultic 9, a mystery show that was so mysterious absolutely nobody, including the viewer, had any idea what the fuck was happening. So of course the biggest takeaway from it was that someone unfortunately stuck in the studio one day and replaced one of the characters' boobs with a pair of bowling balls. The creator of Hellsing gave us Drifters, another violent action anime with historical figures fighting to the death in a fantasy world. That's right, from the people who gave you Dracula vs superpowered zombie Nazis in London comes the hit new show, History Channel's Mortal Kombat Annihilation in Middle-earth. This shit sells itself. March Comes In Like a Lion gave us a bittersweet Shaft production about grief and human connections with an empathetic understanding of emotions. As one of the contenders of anime of the season, it's complete with some great examples of visual storytelling that, in a nutshell, follows one guy's uphill journey of learning how to fucking smile. Haikyuu and All Out gave us the yearly dose of sports anime that are one part designed for exciting and emotional sports games, and another part designed for just watching a bunch of ripped guys who are really good at fondling with balls. Fune wa Amu gave us the sleeper hit of the fall season about some guys making a dictionary, which unfortunately absolutely nobody watched because it was streaming on the place where anime simulcasts go to die, Amazon Prime. And probably because it was a show about, well, making dictionaries. Which sounds incredibly boring, but beyond that, what we have is a brilliant down-to-earth drama, a true slice of life that is human and real, with incredible use of music and visual direction that highlights the magical power of language. This was one of the top shows of the season, and yes, it's about a bunch of dudes making a dictionary. You could even say,
Yes, we were born to make
Dictionaries. Dictionaries.
In the world of movies, Makoto Shinkai returned to give us Your Name, a new movie that became an international sensation, breaking new box office records every week to the point that I don't even know why anyone would be surprised whenever a fresh news story would come out. Hey guys, did you hear that Your Name broke some new records? No! I had no fucking clue Your Name broke some records! Let me tell the next guy! Hey, did you hear? Your Name broke a new record! What? No way! And in other breaking news, there are still no screenings near anywhere you live. A silent voice gave us what looks to be a touching story of a deaf girl that unfortunately got overshadowed by the release of Your Name. Kizumonogatari was finally released, meaning that once Ava 4.0 comes out, anime fans will actually have no anticipated movie left to complain about for the coming decades. Gantz O showed us what we really want when a company says, hey, we're gonna make a CG adaptation. And finally, Porter Robinson's Shelter took over the internet for a while. A music video in collaboration with A1 Pictures, it tells a short, heartwarming story about parenthood and moving on. The 5-minute short blew up, emotionally affecting more people than most anime do in their entire run. But if you can't even waste 5 minutes of your life watching it, here's the viewing experience in a nutshell. Oh god, my entire life's been a fucking lie! A message that truly capped off the year that gave us more Trump, more bowling ball tits, more ball fondness, more sweet diabetes from more delicious cream pies. More Michael Bay, more swag, more objection! More booty warriors, more track and free with more DDR to more bouncing rave parties. More love pentagrams, more Taiwan anime, more dictionary makers, more record breakers, more CG haters with more gangster movie fakers. Absolutely all the gay guys and not nearly enough gay girls.
It's done!
More Hellsing, more ass shots.
Kill them all!
More beautiful Dwangs, more espionage, and more steampunk trains because they call him the Stig, so you better call Saul. More adorable existentialism, more time travel bullshit, more Detroit smash, more flip-fapping, yet another shitty Berserk adaptation, and of course, way too much salt for Amelia. I've been Gigug, that was anime in 2016, and for the first time ever, I can gladly say, see you in 2017. We fucking did it! Hey guys, it's Giguk. Hope you enjoyed the video and
Whew, it's been one hell of a year, eh? If you've survived till now, then thank you so much for the support you've given me all this year. It's been one hell of a comeback to YouTube, and if not for all you guys, I'd probably be looking to go back to my day job right about now, so thank you so much for supporting me. I also want to thank my editor Buckshift, who without his help, there would be no way I'd be able to get both these parts in time for the new year. And also Baron J and Holden for helping me with some of the jokes you've seen in the video. All the anime I mentioned are in the descriptions. If you want to see all previous anime year reviews, then just click on the link here. And if you want to consider helping to support these videos for another year to come, then please check out my Patreon. Anyway though, that's it from me. I've been Gigok, and I hope you all have a great new year. Oh man, that feels so good to say.